Hello everyone, I'm here at Insomnia 56 and we are live. The eSports stage is behind me as well. An incredible couple of days of action we've seen over here. This is of course my baby and my stage for the weekend, but so much more is going on as well. The Counter-Strike Go final is about to start. We've got about 15 minutes until that begins. And in the meantime, we're going to try and use the time we have to take a little tour of the BYOC and the Hearthstone Arena as well. And then maybe, if we have some time, to take a peek at the Expo Hall too. There is so much more that's going on. But don't forget the eSports stage. We've had competitive titles all weekend. We also had the community night on Friday as well, which was loads of fun. We had Rocket League, we had Scrabble League of Legends, which was awesome. And we just had Community Guitar Hero Live, because why the heck not on the big screen? So all sorts of fun and games here all weekend. We're now going to take you for a tour around and see what else is going on. Follow me. No esports event, by the way, is complete without a bar and at least one institution selling a ridiculous amount of pulled pork. So I am eternally grateful for them supplying my breakfast on Friday and Saturday, possibly a personal preference, but absolutely delicious regardless. Did you catch that dodge? That was an excellent dodge. So here we are right next to the Hearthstone stage. We have Colento versus Super JJ going on at the moment. Really tense match, and we've had some really good matches all weekend. Behind me are where the players are sitting and where you can see the championship trophy, but we're also about to walk past the raised area, which you won't get to see just yet, but I'm sure we'll get some footage of later on, where the casts are sat, where we're going to see everything come together from a studio production point of view. And believe me, the stage looks absolutely magnificent. Now let's head over here and take a look at what the community guys are doing and the rest of the hall. So behind me here is where a lot of the community streamers have set up their booths for the weekend. At the moment we have a couple of streams going on. They were absolutely chock-a-block last night as well and are going to become busy again as we have more and more finals of the community events going on later today. It's great that these have been set up. They have lights, webcams, great connections, everything they need to put on a quality stream. It's not just the main events as well, because ultimately this is about community, and there's about, God, I'm not even going to put a number on it. There are hundreds of different games that are being played in this hall today, and the fact that we're showcasing, you know, about 10 of the greatest in terms of numbers on mainstream, that's great. But we need to be able to focus on everything else as well and make sure everyone gets a slice of the action. And right now, well, let me go ahead and show you what the rest of this hall looks like. This is incredible. This is the BYOC Players Hall. Everyone has been camped out here all weekend, and the buzz and the noise in this hall has just been live, basically 24/7 from start to finish at iSeries. We don't currently have these stacked beer cans with fairy lights. I imagine that was for the pub quiz yesterday evening, but this has just been non-stop from beginning to end, and it's really the heart of what brings this fantastic atmosphere to Insomnia, both on the stages, off the stages, and most importantly, in my opinion, in here. Now we're going to take a little bit of a walk and head round to the Expo Hall and see what they have to offer in there. So it's not just, of course, about the esports stages. We also have the rest of the event where we have the gaming publishers, we have all the newest titles being released, and we have a lot of the action in the adjacent hall. Let's go ahead and check that out. Hello everyone, we're here in the Expo Hall now, and as you can hear from the roar behind me, a ridiculous amount is going on. It's been going on all weekend long. We have the Game Pirate ship off to my left, we have a couple of the retro zones and loads of other games off to my right, and if we head on further in, we have loads of game publishers. Some of the games we actually played on the esports stage on Friday and Saturday as well are roaming about here, and there's plenty to see and do. So we're going to have a quick walk around and show you a couple of the bits that we've liked in particular, and share with you the experience that is coming and experiencing an iSeries. Let's go. We're here in the Microsoft zone. Loads of new games for both Xbox and PC happen to be flying around all over the place here. Halo 5 is its own zone over there, and there's a huge queue of people waiting to play. It's actually going around the corner as things currently stand. We've got Forza off to the left, a lot of indie games behind me. We have Guitar Hero Live, which was played on the esports stage on Friday night, and we've also got LEGO Dimensions back in the corner there as well. It's been buzzing all weekend long, and if you want to take a play at some of the newest titles for Xbox, this is definitely the place to be this weekend, so make sure you don't miss it. So for those of you who are on the eSports stage on Saturday, we of course cast the Battleborn finals. I had a great time hosting that tournament, and it was so much fun watching the commentators bring you the action as well. It's a completely new game type. We're combining elements of FPS, MOBAs, and effectively tower defense as well, because we have minions aiming to get to objectives. All sorts of stuff is going on, and it actually combines to create a really unique gameplay experience. But don't take my word for it from the broadcast yesterday. If you want to go ahead and try it yourself, you can hop on in here and give it a go. It gets released in 2016, so make sure you're on that waiting list. You can grab a little bit of swag as well before leaving the hall. Let's go check out what else there is. I'm here at the Overclockers stand. There's been, well, to be honest, just getting in here and getting a space to stand has already proven quite difficult. This place has been absolutely packed, more or less from dawn to dusk, Friday to now. I'm stood here with Andy, who's the events manager here at Overclockers. Mate, what's actually been selling this weekend? What have people been up to?
So, believe it or not, we've got a few orders for some gaming chairs come in. We've had monitors, laptops, basically you name it, we've sold it, all except for PCs, because they're here. You don't need to buy one, you can check them out, and if you want to buy one, you get them later.
We'll be heading back here to check out some of the great gear that you have later on. Of course, we've seen you at a couple of iSeries now, but this one in particular, the crowds have just been incredible. And what do you think of the move here to the NEC? How are you finding it?
I think the NEC is possibly the best one we've been to so far. The venue's great, the atmosphere's been great. It's just, yeah, I mean, the crowd are great, and you guys are great. It's just great. There's no other word for it.
Did you go to the pub quiz last night?
I'll be honest, nope, we were boring. We had an early night, and I think we're all regretting it because it looked really fun.
To be fair, that's possibly the reason you guys are here now, because if you were at the quiz last night, from what I've heard and what I've seen, there's a chance that you'd be sleeping in right now.
Yeah, chances are we'd just be big messes, just puddles on the floor that would kind of look a bit human, but not really.
All right, well, thank you very much for the time.
Right.
You've got a couple of customers behind us that you're going to be serving in just a second.
Yep.
We'll catch up with you in a little bit. Thanks a lot, mate.
Yeah,
We'll see you soon.
See you soon.
If you're in the mood for something a little bit smaller, away from the major game publishers that of course have had much hyped titles coming out this year and next, you can check out the Indie Zone behind me, where there are hundreds of smaller scale independent games that are on display here for all sorts of consoles and PCs as well. And basically the way they're going to get feedback is if you show up and play the games. There'll be some good ones, there'll be some absolutely great ones, but the point is you need to understand what actually makes a good and a great game. So if you're interested in finding out what gameplay design looks like, what some of the newer up-and-coming games look like as well, and how they differ from some of the mainstream titles, this is definitely the place for you. But give yourself a lot of time. You can basically spend days playing these games before you're done with them. So if mainstream gaming isn't your thing and you visited the indie gaming area and that hasn't quite done it for you, you 100% want to be back here. This is the retro gaming arena. Every popular console or PC game out in the last 20 years that's even vaguely popular, all over here. I'm going to be getting stuck into some Nintendo 64 Mario Kart in just a bit as well. Definitely the best Mario Kart. And there are plenty of other options for you to play to your heart's content. Behind that as well is the main stage where we actually have really big events happening. The next one, I think, is in just over 10 minutes from now. Speaking of which, I'm going to be heading back to the eSports stage now because I have the CSGO finals to be attending to, and I can't wait to see what the result of that is going to be. So, for now, I'm going to leave it here. I hope you've enjoyed the tour of both the eSports Hall, the BYOC area, and the Expo Hall as well, here at Multiplay Insomnia i56. We'll be seeing you at the next event. Till next time, take care.